Before the Hot Boys took over the airwaves in the late 90s with Cash Money Records, UNLV was one of the first super groups out of New Orleans that helped build Cash Money Records. One of the founding members of UNLV, Lil Yella, sat down with the Nation of Podcation and told stories of Cash Money Records in their early years, speaks on the murder of his good friend and group member Yella Boy, and tells stories of performing with Tupac in the 90s and much more. Listen in and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody who don't know. If they don't know, they about to find out. Go ahead and introduce yourself for me.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Lil Yella, a.k.a. Mr. Your Boy Man, half of the notorious group UNLV, former Cash Money Records.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're going to dive right into this interview. So go ahead and tell me, growing up in New Orleans, what was it like growing up in New Orleans? We hear all the stories from everybody. So let me know, you personally, how was it like growing up in New Orleans?
Growing up in New Orleans, bro, it was like I said, it was rough, but it was more love spread in the hood than anything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for as like the time is now, you know, parents don't want their neighbor telling their kids anything or, you know, something like that. It wasn't like that. It was like a big village. And like I said, even though it was full of poverty and, you know what I'm saying, I was one that was fortunate enough to have my mom and my dad. So we didn't go through the struggles of not having a lot of stuff that a lot of people didn't have in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But all together, I would say it was a nice experience, bro. You know,
No, that's what's up. That's clear to me. So I know we see a lot of folks, you know, they're from like Magnolia or the Calio and stuff like that, and they see a lot of crime and dealt with a lot of crime and murder. Did you experience any of that growing up in New Orleans?
Well, of course, I saw murder. I saw like several people shot. The first murder that I saw committed, I had to be like 13 years old when I saw a dude actually used a payphone. Beepers was out at the time, and the dude that was supposed to be the done it, he beeped him, and he knew that he was going to walk to the nearest payphone. Mm-hmm. And when the dude walked to the payphone, all we heard was shots. Well, I was walking in the club, in the little teen club, and I saw the dude get shot up. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first murder I saw. You know, we saw several people get killed, and knew a lot of people that got killed and lost their life with gun violence and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And basically back in the days, it was totally different than it is now. Because right now, a lot of senseless murder going on in my city. You know, stuff like that. Innocent kids getting killed and whatever. But back in the day, the early 90s, mid-90s, you know, people was really, I hate to say it, but I mean, they was getting what they supposedly deserved. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get it.
They done some dirt and they caught up with them. I'll put it to you like that. You know, right. I can't say you deserve that, but that's what happened. There wasn't anybody getting shot.
Right. No, I get that 100%. You know, kind of what goes around comes around. You do some dirt, you know, it's gonna come back to you. So tell me how you met with the guys in UNLV and how did you guys get into rap?
Well, actually, me and Yella grew up together from like 2 and 3 years old. I'm a year older than him, so we grew up like that, like almost related kid. Right. Our family they own houses right around the corner from each other. Like to this day, our houses are still there. This mom still living the house they own, actually. Okay. But you know, me and Yella came up like that. Me and Tech met at 12 years old in the 7th grade. And how we started the group was once me and Tech met, we actually found out that we had a common interest in music. You know, we was in a band and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't a perfect relationship in the beginning because we met actually beefing. No, okay. You know, he's from the North for me Project. I'm from 6 and Barone originally. So we ran into each other beef. You know what I'm saying? And decided that we wasn't going to do what we planned on doing, which was having a fist fight. Right. And became best of friends. So, you know, that's like my brother to this day. Right. You know, and we decided to form UNLV. We also had a group as teens before UNLV. You know, we started UNLV at the age of 19, 18 years old, you know. But we had a group at 12 years old called the Sporty MCs, which consisted of me, Tech, and my little sister. and a cousin of mine.
Okay.
Yella Boy wasn't rapping at that time. And we used to rap positive. We used to rap basically about what the crack epidemic was doing our hood and stuff like that. We were real young at the time, man. We won every talent show in the city. Basically, we won the biggest talent show in the city, and we won a contract. They didn't let us cut the song or whatever. I don't know what the deal was, but anyway, that like shattered our dreams. And we left it alone. We didn't start back rapping until we became young adults, 18, 19, like I say. And that's when we came up with the name UNLV.
Okay, so me personally, when I think of you guys, I think of, like, to me, you guys are the New Orleans version of the Ghetto Boys, or like, like NWA. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So tell me, growing up, what was you guys, favorite rappers and influences?
I like that. Good question. First question. Well, we idolized NWA, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ghetto Boys, we knew Ghetto Boys, and, we had done shows with them. Basically, actually coming up, we done shows with the Ghetto Boys, but we really looked up the NWA, that was like our role models, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, shouts out to NWA and Ghetto Boys, man,
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, they got everybody together. So that's what I think of when I think of UNLV. Like I said, you guys to me are the New Orleans version.
That's a great compliment, bro.
Man, shout out, for real. So any kind of crazy stories during the early days when you guys were on the road together that you could share? Just you guys having fun, or just anything that's not gonna get you in nothing crazy.
One story that comes to mind that probably get the attention of your listeners or whatever. We actually had a show with Tupac in '93. We had a show with Tupac in Club Strawberries in Lafayette. He wasn't as big as he was when he passed, of course, but everyone knew him. He had his deal. Actually, he was doing that Brenda Has a Baby tour. So he was on that album. I think it was Tupacalypse or something like that.
Tupacalypse. Yep.
But anyway, we had a show with this dude, dog, and mind you, bro, I really believe a lot of stories that I hear about this dude after this, because of this show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Pac was a little dude, bro. I'm only 5'5". Pac had to be like 5'6", something like that, 5'6.5". Real skinny dude, dog. So mind you, he's from a whole nother coast, but he's in the South doing a concert. A dude picked up the mic off the stage and said something sporty to him, like, Pac, you a bitch, or something on that level, whatever. I can't actually remember what it was. This was '93. But Pac jumped off the stage, dog, and really went to whooping this dude. They jumped him because he was whooping their partner, and they stabbed him up and all kinds of stuff, dog. The security guard had to grab him and bring him back to the back and bring him to the hospital, all kinds of stuff, man. That's like a story that I'll never forget in my life, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
also in the same place. It happened to Shaq, but Shaq whooped like maybe 7 dudes and nothing happened to him, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Shaq 7'1", 350, you know what I'm saying? He can handle a few big boys, you know what I mean? Hey, that's a crazy story, man. I appreciate that one. So now I know everybody gets into this with you. This is the hip hop beef. That this is kind of what sparked my attention to you guys when you guys at Mystikal were going back and forth. So I know everybody asked you about this. What kind of started the beef between you guys, and are there still any issues between you two? Not to stir up stuff that's 20, 30 years old.
Right. Well, first of all, to answer your last question, there's no beef with us right now today, period.
Good.
And to answer the question before that, it never was beef. It was always something that he wanted to do on wax. He wanted to go on wax with us.
Okay. That's
how it all started. Mystikal came to me on the block and he asked about dissing us. This was, I want to say 94, 95. But he came, mind you, we know Mystikal from high school. He's like 2 years older than us. And excuse me.
Good.
He asked me about going with us on wax. He was like, man, I'm a diss y'all. I want y'all to diss me back. Basically, he was trying to get his name known quicker. He was trying to get known a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Controversy creates cash. That's how it works.
Right. So at first, I wasn't really with it, but I thought about it. I was like, you know what? This shit might be fun, whatever we do. So I took his idea to Yella and Tech. once they came, and you know, we was like, you know what, we gonna handle it like this. If he make noise dissing us, then we gonna diss him back. But nobody even, you know, you don't even hear nothing about that shit. We just gonna, you know, keep on doing what we do. Right. We was on top of the pile in New Orleans at the time. That's why he wanted to go at us. You know what I'm saying? That way we mentioned his name back, a lot of people like, who is Mystikal? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's how the whole beef thing started. He dissed us twice before we dissed him back. The first song that made it didn't. I mean, all this music did good, but it didn't do as good as the second diss song. Right. Yeah. You know, once he dissed us that second time, we was like, you know what? Let's get him.
It's on now.
We put 2 diss songs on one album about it. Everybody know the Dragon from the River, but on that same album, there's Boom Get Chopped, another song dissing Mystikal.
Okay, so since you guys were with Cash Money, let me ask you this. Where and when did you guys meet Birdman and Slim? Baby.
Well, it was mid-92. Once we started back rapping, like I mentioned earlier, we made a tape in this club called Newton's. And Yella wasn't a part of, well, Yella always was considered as a Unlv, you know, because even before we started rapping, we was using that name UNLV for our little posse, our mind.
Right.
So I can say not game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, we made a song called Another Bitch, and we dubbed that tape, and we were selling it for like $5 a piece. You know, we would dub tape like maybe 50 tapes a night, and me and Tech would sell those tapes throughout the day or whatever. And Baby and Slim got one of those tapes. I don't know who they bought it from or whatever, but they knew the guy that actually made the track for us for that song. They knew his friend actually, and he arranged a meeting. Once he arranged the meeting, we went sit down and talk to him, and that's how we met.
Okay, all right. So you know the follow up to that's going to be what made you guys leave Cash Money? Because you guys were the Hot Boys before the Hot Boys. You know what I mean? You guys were that #1 group that they had. So right around that time, I was like 96, 97-ish. You know, we saw you guys kind of split, and that's when the Hot Boys kind of took over. So what, chat me up on that.
We felt it was time to move on, because we felt like we had learned enough from them. We knew enough about the business. And we really wanted our own. That was the whole goal from the jump, to sign with a label and start our own after.
Right.
You know, we felt it was the right time to do that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we decided to leave. Actually, we was in talks of leaving before the deal even came up. Okay. You know, and they was like, you know, trying to convince us that, you know, stay artists right now. You know what I mean? I can't honestly say they never wanted us to be CEOs and have our own label at some point, but then they wasn't ready to release us.
Right. Okay. You know? Okay. So did you guys fix the situation between Birdman, Slim, and Unlv and yourself? Did you fix that situation? Because I know there's always the rumors of, and it's obviously not just with you guys. It seems like everybody in the beginning of Birdman's career, there was some money issues. Maybe not the later artists, not your Drakes and your Nicki Minaj's of the world, but the artists that he started out with. So we just wanted to know, did they make the situation right? And okay, excellent. And then,
definitely. I speak on it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? No problem. There's no beef. There's never been beef between Unlv and Cash Money. A lot of people, you know, listen to different rumors or whatever. But as far as that, nah, it never was beef. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they didn't want to release us because I don't know their reasons at the time. You know what I mean? But I mean, once we decided that that's what we wanted to do, they came to terms, and they didn't give us problems or make us pay to get out of contract or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was cool.
Okay. All right. So, you know, I hate to bring up death and stuff like that. So Yella, when he died, how did that affect the group? And, you know, how did he die? And, you know, what was kind of the cause of that?
Well, Yella was murdered, first of all. You know, we always had our street ties, you know what I'm saying? We really had street ties and stuff like that, but Yella, during the time that when he was murdered, we heard that he was beefing with several different people. You know, just to clear the air, to let them know what I know for a fact. You know, after Yella did after Yella shot up Baby house and car, whatever, you know, that shit was basically squashed, bro. You know, everybody talked, you know, the dudes actually sat down and talked about that. Baby made it right with the paper or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with the money. He made it right because Yella shot his house up because he was supposed to get a royalty check that day. Well, we got our royalty check. Yella wasn't with us. So Baby he didn't want to release it with us. He told us he would give it to Yella. You know, Yella, he just flashed, you know what I mean? But like I said, he talked about that afterwards. So we really feel like they didn't have nothing to do with his murder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we feel, bro.
So let's squash the rumor. Let's squash the rumor that there's that rumor that that song, What Happened to That Boy, was about Yella. So let's squash the rumor then.
I don't know where that come from, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where it come from. I don't know what people think that. I assume that. I never said that, so I don't know where that come from.
Or where they connected to, because I don't know where they connected to or where over time they put that together. But here recently, I've started to hear that. So just to clear the air, none at all, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Oh, and to go back and answer your other question, as far as you know, how Baby made it right or whatever. We went to court and we won our masters and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. We
figured they made it right, and also to add the kind of loss that we thought that they was beating us out of. It wasn't that at all. We found out that Cash Money was actually learning the business. At the same time, we was growing with them. You know what I'm saying? So it was some I's that wasn't dotted and T's wasn't crossed. You know what I'm saying? That makes us know off top that it wasn't just a fuckery thing going on.
Right, and I think a lot of people don't give Baby and Slim a lot of credit for that because they were young black men, you know, 22, 23 years old back then, trying to, you know, manipulate contracts and stuff like that. You know, they never was around no business type stuff like that. So, you know, I can see a lot of that going on. All right, so this is going to be a little fun part right here. So who, in your opinion, is the most influential artist in New Orleans history?
Most influential artists, I would say, that's a hard one, bro.
Y'all got a lot.
Wayne, ain't that hard. Wayne, I'm slipping. That ain't hard at all.
Okay.
Wayne influenced the world, man. So at one time, you know, you had everybody dressing like Wayne, and he's definitely the big. If I ain't gonna even say, well, I'm gonna say hip hop period.
Facts.
You know.
Okay, so what can we expect from you, Unlv, and you know, in 2022? Are you working on anything new? And what's going on and what's going forward?
Well, I'll fill y'all up to what I've done and I've accomplished already before 2022 came and once it came in or whatever. I have 2 joint venture albums out. One called the Big Boy album, and I done that with a cat called These Are the Beats. And I've done another joint venture album called Gangsta Bloodline with my little cousin Shooter. All right. We have a documentary. The first part of the documentary that I released is on YouTube right now. All this basically fresh, you know. But Tech is incarcerated, of course. He's on his way home. Once he come home, we already have 2 books. He has a book, I has a book. We're gonna put double books out. We got a movie that we have in the making, and also an album, of course. We're working on a new album. You know, we got artists under our belt that we pushing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's basically the direction that we headed in.
That's what's up, man. It's good to see you still working in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Still getting to it, man. I do want to thank you for this interview, dog. You know, it's been nothing but a pleasure doing this interview with you, man. So, you know, once again, man, like I said, hats off to you, man. I appreciate your time today.
It's all good, bro. I appreciate you for having me, dog. Say, I need you to get at me. Promise me one thing, though.
I got you.
Take me home shortly. when he come home, I can hit you and we can do it. We can both do it, like you can interview him as well.
No, we can do both. I can interview you both together and yeah, facts.
That's what's up, dog.
Facts.
That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you having me, man.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I'll hit you up, fam.
Alright,
Two like a young O'Shea with an AK.
Okay, don't you tell these motherfuckers that my name is O'Shea.